We got the latest round of preseason mock drafts and preseason college football prospect rankings list because college football is set to kick off tonight. FCS games actually start tonight. There's a full slate of FCS games, which is why the latest round of all these things came out. Two caught my eye. First, Dane Brugler, friend of the program, put out his list of his top 50 prospects entering this upcoming season. In his top 50, he had 7 quarterbacks. Arch Manning at number 3, Dante Moore at number 6. Then pretty big drop-off to C.J. Carr at 27, Drew Mestemaker at number 30, Trinidad Chambliss at 35, Lenora Sellers at 37, and Darian Mensah, the quarterback out of Miami, at number 41.
Do you know how many he had last year at this time?
I can look that up. I'll find that out for you.
It was probably more than it ended up being.
Definitely was more than it ended up being. Jordan Reed for ESPN put out his first mock draft.
I saw this one.
His preseason. And in this mock draft, the Browns had the 4th pick, but he had them trading up from number 4 to number 1. 4. Go, Steve, where you go? Don't go. No, go back. I'll tell you when to go. From 4 to number 1 to draft Dante Moore. He had Arch Manning going 2 to Arizona, and then C.J. Carr going number 3 to the Jets. Top 3 picks in his mock draft was done with quarterbacks. The trade that he actually proposed, Steve, we can show it now, was the number 1 pick for the number 4 pick, the number 32 pick, which was the first-round pick they acquired in the Myles Garrett trade, a 4th-round pick in 27, and a 2nd-round pick in 2028.
It would take way more than that.
It's way more than that.
You think it would take more than that?
Oh, yeah.
It depends.
Of course. This is light. This is super light. This is a Madden trade right here.
I was going to ask, was any of these quarterbacks worth paying a King's ransom for of that value? But you guys think that's too light to move up.
Of course. You're not getting away with just giving up 1 first-round pick.
Go back and check out what the Washington Commanders, a.k.a. the Washington Redskins, at the time gave up to get up ahead of the Cleveland Browns for, what's the name? Griffin. RG3.
That was a different time, though.
They got a King's ransom.
For a quarterback? 100%.
And plus, guess what? You're going to have to do it to get the number 1 pick because the Jets got 3 number 1 picks.
The Rams essentially gave up more than that for Myles Garrett. This is for a quarterback in the first round.
That 4th, they're going to have to give up multiple ones.
Yeah, of course.
It's a one, them 2, and that 32nd pick they got.
It's a 30.
That's Minimowski. That's a 2nd-round pick. So they're going to want another one the next year.
100%.
They're going to have the chart. So I wish we had the chart. We could consult the chart.
The chart doesn't matter when it comes to quarterbacks. You got to give up more.
The chart, at this point, and they know the Browns are up against it.
Right.
So before they could play around with you and say, okay, well, we could play Deshaun Watson. Now, you got to think about it. If it goes as badly as people are saying it is, the Browns, unless Shedeur Sanders come out there and he throw for like 3,000, 3,500 yards, there is going to, I don't even care if he threw for 3,500 yards. There's a contingency of people that's still going to be like, no, give me another quarterback.
Yeah, they're going to have, you're trading up ahead of 2 teams that want quarterbacks also. So they're going to be able to hold.
What we don't know at this point, though, are the depth of the quarterbacks. Maybe there are 3 top of the line first rounders, and then maybe 3 teams want different ones. If the Tennessee Titans have the number 1 pick and they decide, you know what, Cam Ward's shown us enough,
I can't believe
then they're not going to take a quarterback. Jeremiah Smith is out there. There are all these variables.
The team would stay at 1 rather than make that trade.
Unless if you're going from 1 to 4 and you know that Smith is still going to be there at 4, you pick up the 2nd first-round pick.
Yeah, but there's no way you would be able to hold up a team for more than that because the team coming up is going to be more desperate to get that quarterback.
I look at it like this.
Yeah.
The problem the Browns have and any team that's looking for a quarterback is this.
Hey, real quick, G. Sorry. You asked about Dane Brugler. How many did he have last year?
Mm-hmm.
And saying his top 50, he had 7 just like this year.
Okay.
See,
and it turned out to be only 2.
That's
three of the ones that he had in his top 50 though are on this list because they returned to school.
That's fair.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, yeah.
But that proves the point. What I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
You got a thought process of who's gonna be it. And then all of a sudden, you get to the season and it don't pan out that way. Like you have Mendoza and you kind of have.
Nobody was talking about Mendoza.
Nobody was talking about or Ty Simpson. Nobody had.
Was he one of Dane's 7 guys?
Yeah, he was number 20 overall.
Where was he on the quarterback rankings?
4th.
Yeah.
behind two guys who came back, Lenora Sellers and Arch.
And Lenora Sellers played terrible
Not have
last
a good year.
Arch has a lot to prove. I like what Fana said. Arch got the name. He got the name brand recognition. He got the pedigree. He's athletic, but we've yet to see him put it together. And he's going to play in a pretty good conference. So to me, with Hurst, any team looking for a quarterback is what happens when you go from 7 potential and then there's 2.
I will never forget my last year on the beat in Alabama. We're at LSU, night game. Burrow was his first year at LSU. And I was excited because I'm like, oh, cool, Ohio State guy, let's see what he has. Couldn't get on the field, understand why. And he was awful at LSU his first year. And I'm like, really? That's the guy, no wonder he couldn't get on the field.
Yeah.
So that next year, when he went off, I remember I was in Cincinnati at the time, and they're like, oh, we got to take Burrow number 1. I'm like, guy was terrible the first year. It's a flash in the pan. There's no way. Obviously, we know where that is now. Yeah. He was absolutely worth the pick. All that to say, there's guys that we're not talking about that are going to rise up aboard and could be it.
Yep.
We just don't know yet. I look at Sam Levitt at LSU. He was awesome at Arizona State his first year. He was hurt last year. Now he goes into a pass-happy system with Lane Kiffin as his coach and play caller. He's a guy I would look at to maybe be a riser and be that in that conversation.
Who's the kid at Oklahoma State?
Drew Mestamaker.
Yeah, Dustin loves that guy.
And
he thinks he's going to be really good.
Sand is eligible too.
Yeah, Sands also.
Listen, there's going to be more than those 7.
Right. It's
you got Sam Levitt out of LSU, Julian Sayin. Yeah. There's other options.
It'll obviously be a storyline we'll be following.
Now, the goal is Shedeur throw for 3,500. The Browns win 2 games, and then they get Jeremiah Smith.
I think. Yeah.
That is the best case scenario.
That's it.
Well, that'll be controversial too. You just drafted 2 wide receivers high. If they're that good, are you going to as good as Jeremiah Smith is?
Well, we just gonna make that's 5,000 from Shedeur.
Okay,
5.
By the way, I think we should do this year, especially when Deshaun Watson, unless the Browns prove they have a quarterback that's worth moving on with. Until that point, every week during the college football season, we should put a list of the top 5 quarterbacks we want the Browns to draft.
Yes,
or those quarterbacks and how they actually did.
Yeah, we'll do
that'll be part of it.
Our college football tracker.
Yeah. Now it works.
What a concept.
Listen, you gotta. Is that copywritten? The word tracker is that you know?
It's a CBS show.
Listen, we have an ad tracker. G. We're already using trackers.
I see what you did. Yeah. I like that track. He said that's a CBS, and nobody under the age of 24 watches CBS, the most watched network.
That's 24, maybe under 44.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, some final thoughts, super chats, and 60-second trivia to wrap things up on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show.